I dropped out of university and I've never really spoken about it, so I will today. And you might think, Stuart, you're an autism account. What's this got to do with your autism? But I think it does, and I'll tell you why. This was back in 2014. I would have been 27, and always wanted to go to university. I didn't do great at school, but I'd kind of worked since I was 16 anyway, and had a lot of sort of work life experience, and I always just wanted to go and study business studies, and I ended up giving it a go. So I was working in Manchester at the time, and I worked for an insurance company, and I decided that I could do it through the Open University part time, and it was all good to kind of begin with. I applied, got on, started doing the distance learning. But at the time, I was a really high masking, undiagnosed autistic and just kind of really struggling with life and not really realizing it. I was trying to hold down a full time sort of professional job. I was out dating. I was trying to make friends, enjoy Manchester nightlife. I had a flat in the city centre. I would be learning to drive as well. So I had like a lot going on, and I just thought, well, this is like another thing that I can do. So I started it, and I just failed by Christmas. Like I was not able to do a job and have a social life and go dating and try and study on top, and everything just kind of got too much. And I reflect back on that time when I was undiagnosed autistic and just struggling as normal, and just thinking, if I had known about my autism, I probably wouldn't have made that decision and gone through the burnout, because it was detrimental to me and I never really knew why. I just thought I was really dumb and never capable of anything. Everything kind of before that I'd failed at anyway, but that wasn't really educational, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed working in business. I'd, had a good job, and everything was kind of going well for me, but things just kind of got on top, and I was just overstretched myself. And I think that's a common theme. And I've always wanted to go back into education and try and learn something new, but I've always kind of been a bit worried about kind of going through that again. And you might say to me, well, Stuart, you're signed off work at the moment. Why don't you try and learn something now? But the truth is, I don't think I'm capable right now. I think my brain needs to recover from depression and burnout and make sure I'm safe and not tackle anything new. I'm currently trying to learn to crochet, and that's kind of going okay, but it's got its challenges, and I've got a lot of other health challenges at the moment as well. So it's never easy. And I think, it is a sad time when I think back because it's a reminder of a constant failure, but it is a failure when I didn't actually know I was autistic and actually could have had a lot of support if I'd asked for it. But you can't ask for something if you don't know you're entitled to it or able to get it. So, yeah, it's a difficult time. Am I proud for trying? Yeah. Am I sad that it never worked out? Yeah. Why do I never talk about it? I think it's quite hard to accept sometimes that I went to university and failed. And, you shouldn't look on things in life as a failure, but I do. And, it's just one of those hard things to deal with. But yeah, that's the reason that I failed at university and quit by Christmas. But I've had a good career anyway. I've had some excellent jobs. I moved to London, had a great job there, moved back, I know, not a great job up here, but now I'm in a fantastic job in a company that I really enjoy with. I just happen to be going through a bit of a bad period, and they're really supportive. So university isn't the be all and end all. I found out the hard way, but you know, it's not for everyone. and that's okay because there's a lot of smart, famous, well-educated, and great business owners who never went to university. And maybe one day I might be a business owner myself, and I'll be joining that club.